Former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee has not dropped out of the Republican race for president, despite many in his party urging him to do so. Huckabee continues to campaign, and he's proven he holds a strong appeal to Christian conservatives who are uneasy about Senator John McCain. Governor Huckabee joins us on the phone now. Governor, good to speak to you again. Give us your reaction to former President George H.W. Bush's endorsement today of Senator McCain.
Well, I think it's pretty evident, Monica, that a lot of the party regulars and establishment are surrounding Senator McCain, and that's certainly their right and prerogative to do so. But there are also a lot of people who are still urging me to stay in this race. In fact, many of John McCain's supporters are urging me to get out, but none of mine are. And I represent a large group of people, not just Christian conservatives, but people who want us to change the tax system, to go to the fair tax. There are a lot of Americans who know that small businesses is being choked by the arcane rules of the IRS, that we need to major overhaul in our tax system. And I think there are a lot of people who are pro-life, who know that if I leave the stage, the last remaining strong pro-life voice has left the stage.
And, Governor, is there anything short of a mathematical elimination that would cause you to pull out of the race? Is there anything that you can think of, or that you've got some sort of line in the sand where you say, okay, at this stage, I would step out?
Well, I think the point is Republicans have a process. We have rules. I didn't make up the rules, but I'm playing by them. And they are that you have to have 1,191 delegates to be the nominee. Those have to be pledged delegates. Otherwise, this could go to a brokered convention. If it does, then anybody could end up being the nominee who's still on his. If I pull out, then, I lose that option. This ought to be about the future of our country more than just somebody saying, hey, it's John McCain's turn to be the Republican nominee.
Governor, when Mitt Romney pulled out, he said in part that he was doing this for the good of the party. Is there a point in your mind where you're concerned that you could be hurting the unity of the party, or yourself for that matter, or do you feel that giving voters the choice should always be the top priority?
Well, if we are so weak as a party that we can't handle an election, we're not very strong, then it really speaks far more damage to the party than I can do it. I just don't buy this argument that the party gets hurt if we have an election. Look, the party is about having elections. It's not a coronation. If they wanted a coronation, they should have set the election in such a way that by February we had it all settled. Well, that's not what we have. The process calls for us to go to the convention, and actually the convention will select the nominee. This is a relatively new phenomenon, this idea that we get it all settled long ahead of the convention. And so if we want to change the rules and have this process where early in the year it's all done, all right, change the rules to reflect that. That's not what we're playing by. I don't know why people act like somehow that I'm damaging the party. I think they're damaging the party by stilling the voices of millions of Republicans who want there to be a strong discussion of the Human Life Amendment, the fair tax, the marriage amendment, immigration reform to seal our borders. I walk off the stage, we're not going to be talking about those things, and we better be talking about those things, or we won't have foot soldiers for the battle when we get there in October and November.
Former Governor Mike Huckabee, thanks for your time, sir.
Thank you, Monica.